Hello, today we are gonna present about our mini project 2 and we choose that queuing number, and this is our overall circuit. Okay, first of all of saving segment have to show 0 0 in every set. First condition is correct, and the second condition is when you place queue, 7 segment of queue have to increase by 1. As you can see, I have pressed Q button for 11 times and it shows 11 here. Okay, correct. And next condition, we're gonna focus on P1 and P2. When you press P1, okay, I'm gonna start with P1. When you press P1, number 7 segment of P1 have to increase by 1. Otherwise, Q have to increase by 1. Okay, as you can see, I pressed P1 for 3 times and queuing number decreased by 3. Okay, and P2, when I press P2, it has to increase by 1 from the number of P1. Okay, as you can see, I pressed P2 for 3 times and it shows 6 and this queue decreased by 3. Okay, and next condition is when the queuing reaching 0, uh, when we place P1 or P2 point, okay, of every set have to bring 3 times with 2 Hz frequency. Okay, I'm gonna show you. Okay, it's correct because of saving segment of every set bring 3 times with 2 Hz frequency, and P1 P2 remain the same value. Okay, and the next condition is when P1 or P2 reaching 99. When we press um, each of them, number that show in that set has to read as 0 1. Okay, as you can see, number of P1 reaching 91, and when we press P2, this 7 segment have to show 0 1. Sorry, when P1 reaching 99 and we press P2, number of P2 have to be 0 1. Okay. Okay, it's 99, and when I press P2, it has to be 0 1. And P1 is gonna be 0 2. Okay, check. And the next condition is when P number of waiting number reaching 99, it has when you uh, yeah, when you reaching 99, it has to bring 3 times with 2 Hz frequency, but only 7 segment of this queue. Okay, I'm gonna show you. Now is 97. 1, 2. Yeah, and this condition is correct. And when we press bottom Q again, it's gonna be 0 1. Okay, and the next condition is ready mode. When you press P1 or P2 for 3 seconds, um, P1, and this is our addition and this is our ready mode. Okay, we're gonna use the shift register as the main function of this mode. We connected with clock to the clock tick and P1 or P2 to give us the data. Okay, and when we're pressing P1 or P2 or 3 seconds, this number is going to be shown 111, right? And we add it together until we got the output is 1. And this ready mode will connect to the reset of every IC in our circuit. That makes 0 0 of that makes a ready mode 0 0 of every 7 segments of every function. Okay, and this is P1 and P2 counter zone. This is show that how P1 and P2 works in this circuit. First of all, we have two counters. The first one is for units. It has rising edge, and the second is 10 unit. It has falling edge. Okay, and here P1, uh, P1 or P2. Okay, P1 or P2 right here, connected to the clock tick of units to give the value of unit and tens. And this here is a carry of units would connected to clock of tens. Okay. And when the value rising to 99 right here, it's gonna be okay right now right here. And it's gonna connect load of units to show 01 when 99. And this is the circuit that um in like store the input of P1 and P2. Okay, as you can see, the value of P1 and P2 store to max that depended on P1 and P2 or P1 or P2. Sorry, and when the value P1 or P2 is in the max, and uh, it gonna separate like one goes to 7 segment and one goes to register. And when you press P1 or P2 again, it connected the clock of each register connected to P1 or P2 line. And when you click it again, the value that store gonna run in max and shows it again and 7 segment again and again and again. Okay, and here is the consider the flip-flop that we use. The upper D flip-flop right here gonna connect the D input gonna connect with P1, and the bottom here the data latch gonna data flip-flop gonna connect with P2, and this is the circuit that make P1 and P2 ring. Okay, as you can see, this is the clock tick of the flip-flop. We connected to P1 or P2 line, and here is the data input. We connect it with the Q equal to 0 0 and with P1 or P2. Okay. And when the data is here, the output is Q, right? And it connected to shift register. When shift register 1 for the 6 bit, it gives the output and it goes to the buffer that connected to data and connected all it into 355. And then we use this line as a select for the max. And this is our Q counter zone or number of waiting zone. Okay, first of all, we're gonna focus on our IC. We use two counter that represent that this one represent unit and this one represent tens. Okay, first of all, we're gonna focus in the data of this counter. We have this AND gate to check that Q is not to 0, and then we end with P1 or P2. And this shell gate we connected to Q bottom and the previous function. And this OR gate output connected to this counter. Of course, this unit counter connected to up and down function, which we use map to take the input and give it to counter. Like when we press Q, number of units will increase by 1. Okay, so on. We have two main function of this. This is the function that check this output of unit is 9, and the below one is check the output of units is 0. Then we use check when unit is 9 and 0 all together, and connect it to the clock tick of the tens, which have the up and down function, same as the unit 1, of course. And when the unit and tens goes to 99, right? This is a function that check the value of this waiting number is 99 or not. If it's 99, it will give 99 bits or value into this load and make it 0, 1 again. Okay, and this is the circuit of bring on and off for Q zone. As you can see, this circuit connected with 7 segments of Q. Okay, as you can see, this is the flip-flop, and we use the data from P or Q and with 89 as the data. And clock tick, we use Q. Okay, and when Q active, it's gonna read chip register to active and give us some output into buffer, and this buffer connected to the data queue, the queue, into T flip-flop, and T flip-flop output gonna be the select of max, and this is max that from the P1 and P2. As you can see, when we press P1, okay, for example, we press P1 for 3 seconds. Oh, sorry, 1, 2, 3. Okay, and this is the max that um, use the data for ready mode to make these 7 segments of queue ring same time as P1 and P2.